All right, Rob. Y'all. All right, Rob. Just kidding. Sorry. I'm not going to restart, though. I'm just going to go with that one. All right. I can identify opinions, facts, and reasons. This is where we get down to the real opinion writing, and you guys really get to start to think about what you feel, why you feel it, and start to really explain why you feel the way you feel, right? Because it's really easy to be like, I don't want to do that. But it's harder to say exactly why you don't want to do that, because sometimes we just get stuck in the because I don't want to, right? But that's not a good enough reason. At least that was definitely not a good enough reason for my mom. If I didn't want to do something, I had to come up with a better explanation than just that I didn't want to, right? So you're going to start to be able to identify opinions, facts, and reasons, because one of the first steps that we have to get to is knowing the difference between fact and opinion, because sometimes how we feel can feel so strong and so right? But it's still not fact. It's still just our feeling, and what we feel might not be true for someone else. For example, my buddy Palmer and I, we grew up together. We've been friends for like almost 25 years now, which he's my homie, right? But we've disagreed on things a lot, right? And over the years, we've started to realize, like, we can have different opinions. We can feel differently about things, and we can still be friends. But it was a really important lesson for me to learn when I was like, Star Wars is the worst movie, right? No offense, anybody. No offense. Please don't leave your mad comments at me. But I really didn't like Star Wars, and Star Wars just happened to be one of his favorite movies to watch, right? But to me, that was fact, right? Star Wars is the worst movie ever. That is not fact. That's just my opinion, right? Just because I think that it's the worst movie, no offense again, does not mean that everybody in the whole world feels that way, okay? There's a lot of difference between facts and opinions, and we're going to start to get into those more. But really what I want you to think about is that opinions are thoughts or feelings, whereas facts can be proven based on research or observation, okay? And then reasons really are, they come back to support. So they come back to these opinions here, and they come back and they support those opinions, and they say, okay, so I feel this way. I think Star Wars is the worst movie ever. One of my reasons is that I don't like the main character, Luke Skywalker. I think that he's just not a very nice guy. I'm making things up now because I don't really know why I don't like Star Wars. It just has never been my thing. Don't tell my mom. Okay? All right. This is your opportunity to pause, go grab those handy pages, and I will be right here when you come back. Seriously, I'm not moving. Okay, I'm going to move a little bit. All right. Hopefully you took that opportunity to pause, go grab your handy pages, or maybe you were just already ready because you've seen this for the 4th time now. Anyway, handy pages are a resource that we want you guys to be using as often as you can, and we're going to be talking about page 21 today. Now, not all of these things that you see are going to be in your handy pages, but some of them, or most of them, okay? This one, for example, is not in your handy pages. This comes from a different worksheet that I found, but it talks all about the difference between facts and opinions, okay? A fact. Today is Monday, okay? That is a fact. I can prove it to you by pulling up the calendar, by explaining that yesterday was Sunday, and I know that the day that comes after Sunday is always Monday, right? These are facts that we can discuss and prove. Buses and cars have wheels, okay? Now, some of you might be able to find a car that has tracks, you know, like those big things that are on tanks. I've seen cars with those before, kind of like a snowcat maybe, okay? But we could also agree that cars and buses do in fact have wheels. So we can agree with that because we've all seen it, right? As I stand here and I look out that window towards the parking lot, every single car that I see out there has wheels on it, okay? So I can observe, right? I'm using my powers of observation, my eyes, okay, to say that buses and cars have wheels. Next, our classroom has blank number of windows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8, 9, 10, 11. 11. Okay, our classroom has 11 windows. You could all come in here and you could count those windows and you could observe with your own eyes how many windows are in the classroom. These are facts, right, that we can observe or prove. Opinions. Monday is the best day of the week. Okay, that's an opinion. Because you might think it's Friday, you might think it's Saturday or Sunday or Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday. You might think it's a different day than me, which is okay. We can still be cool. It's fine. If you like Friday, it's okay that I like Monday. We can just agree to disagree. It's cool. That's the best thing about opinions, is we don't all have to agree. Taking the bus is the best way to get around the city. I agree with this, but only because I hate parking. Okay? Taking the bus is the best way to get around the city. Notice that they both talk about the best day, the best way. Okay? People might argue. Somebody might say a bike is the best way. People might say to walk or to drive their own car because they like to have that freedom to go when they want to leave, right? And not have to wait around for the bus or the train. It would be better if our classroom had more windows. I couldn't agree more. Maybe like a sunroof, right? That we could like open up and all get a tan while we learn. That'd be cool. I'd probably be more tan. No, sorry. Okay. I'm a little off track there. But that's an opinion, right? Somebody could turn around and say, no, I disagree with you respectfully. I think that it would be better if we didn't have any windows because the outside is distracting to me. Okay? That's pretty true too. But I like both. So if you don't like windows, we can get along. If you do like windows, we can get along. We can just get along. But these are opinions. They're talking about how someone feels or thinks versus facts, which you're talking about how things are, right? And we can prove them with observation or research, okay? If I were to tell you it is a fact that I don't have any legs, you could take one look at me and be like, I'm pretty sure you have legs, right? Because I can see them, okay? I do. That's a lie, okay? That is not a fact. All right, next up is opinions and reasons, right? So I talked to you a little bit, parents, again, plug your ears. I talked to you a little bit about arguing and what that means, right? Just because we argue doesn't mean we have to be like, raw, right? It can be that we are calmly arguing with someone and supporting our opinion or our point, okay? So an opinion is a statement based on thoughts or feelings. An opinion is not always true for everyone, and that's okay, okay? An example, I think orange juice costs too much. I agree. Oranges are free in Florida. Why I gotta pay $4 for a thing of orange juice? Right? And now a reason, okay? A reason is a statement that can be proven true, okay? So, for example, this person says that they think orange juice costs too much. I agree, okay? And their example or their reason is that the price of orange juice has gone up $2 per quart, okay? That's a fact. We could go back and we could look at that and we could say, yeah, you're right. I agree. Now, just because it is a reason does not mean that somebody has to agree with your opinion. They can agree that this is true. They can see this as a fact. But just because they see it as a fact does not mean that they have to agree with your opinion. They could say $2 isn't even that much. That's only 8 quarters, dude. That's only like 20 dimes, right? Sorry, that was really slow math. I wanted to be faster, but it's okay. I'm growing, okay? I'm growing. So this is really just, again, something that you have to think about and work on and really start to understand deeply for yourself, right? So I can tell you all day that an opinion is what you think or what you feel, but until you start to understand and form your own opinions, it'll be a little hard for you to understand, like, wait, is this an opinion or is it fact? Okay? So really start to think about, is it talking about someone thinks or feels? Or is it something that I can really prove, like a fact? Like, for example, there's windows in my classroom. That is not an opinion. That's a fact. And if you all came into this classroom, or if I just spun you around, okay, so there's the windows, right? I've just proven my point. That is no longer an opinion. It's a fact because now you've seen the windows in my classroom, right? So really today what you're doing is you are starting to think about facts versus opinions, and then starting to say, okay, here's an opinion, now here's a match for that opinion. This reason supports this opinion, and this reason supports this opinion, right? So if I told you that I thought that fish were the best pet ever, and then I went on to say that the TV show Power Rangers is the greatest TV show ever, I'm just giving you another opinion rather than giving you reasons, right? So if I say that fish are the best pet ever, I would have to say that they're really quiet. They don't make a lot of noise. The only noise I can hear from my fish tank is the bubbler, and I kind of like that sound. It helps me sleep, okay? I could also say that I don't really have to clean up very much. The fish like kind of keep themselves clean, and I have snails to clean the tank. So it's a low cost, low effort pet, right? My dog, I have to take my dog on really long walks twice a day just to get him to go to the bathroom. I have never taken my fish on a walk in my whole life, and I think people might look at me weird if I did. Okay, so those are all just kind of reasons and evidence and explanations. Oh man, sorry, I like ran out of breath for a second. Those are just reasons and explanations that really support my opinion, right? I'm just trying to explain to you why I think fish are the best pet. Now, turns out I love all pets. Okay, so fish are not necessarily the best pet to me, but they are. All of those things I said are true. They are quiet. The bubbler is kind of soothing, and they really don't like. I don't have to clean up after them very much, and that's really great for me. And I don't have to take them on walks, right? So those were my reasons to support my opinion, and that's what you're going to be doing today and throughout the next couple weeks. So go ahead, work on your writing slides. Think about what it is that's a fact versus an opinion. This is actually a little picture of your slide with me holding that giant magnifying glass. Again, if you have any questions, ask your mom, ask your dad, ask your grandma, ask your grandpa, ask your cat, your dog, your teacher. Ask your teacher. Stay rad. I think that's it. Okay, guys.